Welcome back to Red Glasses Talks. The topic today is men and women differences. For a number of weeks, we have been looking at 8 major differences between men and women. So far, this is what we've covered. The way we communicate, the way we deal with our feelings, the way we deal with fixing things, the way we spend time together, the way we approach sex, the way we build our friendships, the way we get our ego stroked, and then today, number 8, the way we approach intimacy. Intimacy, the way we approach intimacy. So for men fear closeness, and women fear separateness. Now, isn't that interesting? Each one of these, we could get into minute detail of why men fear closeness, why women fear separateness. And I wish we had the time to do that, but we're just pointing out some of these differences. Men tend to fear intimacy emotionally, and women tend to panic at lack of intimacy. Both are reading into each one of these areas, and there's a lot of times unknown. There are questions that pop up in the person's mind. So again, there needs to be closeness, but there also needs to be separateness. And that brings up the issue psychologically that is called enmeshment. Enmeshment. So basically, there are 3 kinds of marriage relationships. First of all, there's what is called the functional relationship. The functional relationship. This means the man and woman are married, they are living under the same roof, but there's really not much closeness. They're functioning as 2 individuals, but really not together. Secondly, and I'm going to go to the bottom now, there's what is called the relational relationship. This is what Jesus talks about in Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, and we're going to come back to that in a moment. But then in the middle, there's what we call the enmeshment relationship. You say, what's that? That's where the 2 individuals are married under the same roof, but they're so overlapping one another, but that they can literally dominate each other, and to the point where each individual feels like they're smothering. Listen, I literally know couples, I've known couples over the years, they won't do anything if they can't do it together. Now, I think that's commendable, but I think we all need space in an appropriate kind of way. So this enmeshment deal is really something you need to keep in mind. But let's go back to the bottom, the relational relationship. The Bible calls this oneness. It calls it oneness. Let me read that for you in Genesis chapter number 2, verse 24. Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. So what does this one flesh mean? Let me give you a statement on this. Oneness doesn't mean that you totally overlap one another. It means that both of you have an autonomy and that you choose to surrender part of that autonomy to overlap those circles in something the scripture calls oneness or unity. And then this statement. It is tough to become one practically. Why? Because we're so different. Not impossible, but it's a challenge. You think about it.